Stop press, stop press, stop press. Attention all SMEs, ambitious sales and marketing professionals. Your undivided attention is required to focus on this week's shocking news. It's all about an enterprising married couple's ability to transform aluminum cans into premium household items. Period. Believe me, this week's newsletter handpicked message will shock you beyond your dreams. Honest? No. Jokes? Before you dive deep into the deep end of this bulletin, allow me give you a brief view first. Alright. Thanks. In essence, note that accessories and items like clutches and handbags are crafted by enterprising husband and wife team. This venture of converting cans into useful items was adopted by the couples when they visited to the Philippines. The fabricated materials came mainly from parts of discarded aluminum cans. Although the materials was difficult to come by, yet their success was prospering with unstable supply of such materials. With that said, we shall drill into the core of this week's newsletter. Shall we? Thanks. Here goes. Breaking news. Couple turn cans into upcycled accessories. Kinabalu, a display of upcycled accessories and items like clutches and handbags, caught the attention of quite a few visitors during a creative arts exhibition at the Sabah International Convention Center here recently. People were quite curious about the items, which were made mainly from parts of aluminum cans. They were the efforts of newlyweds Calvin Patrick Mojinon, 33, and Cheryl Joanne Chan, 34. I started crafting and upcycling in 2012, but only in recent years did I get more serious about this field. However, the main challenge is to have a stable supply of materials, said Mojinon. The idea of turning can caps into something usable came after a family trip with his late father and siblings to the Philippines, where he saw beautiful upcycled items for sale. So I thought, these products are actually good. I should bring such concepts home and try out the market here, he said. Mojinon said his love for arts and craft were also built up over 1 year as he always followed the father when he went to villages and districts around Sabah for work. He also attributed his creative skills to his genes as his grandmother, Mylis Jounin, 81, and her mother, Irene Lawrence, also made items such as bamboo bags and beadwork. Unfortunately, the idea of upcycling and recycling has not appealed much to Sabahans, probably due to a lack of understanding and awareness of the importance of sustainable fashion, he said. In fact, people were not willing to pay for what they deemed to be trash. People did not even want to donate or sell us materials we needed, such as can cap, saying it was too much work to get them off the cans, or that they did not see any monetary returns for themselves, Mojinon told the Star. Meanwhile, Chen always gave ideas on how they could do something better and searched for ways to collect the materials. She is also in charge of marketing and brainstorming, while her husband does most of the knitting and sewing. My husband can take days and sometimes weeks to complete one item, especially new designs, which he does on a trial and error basis, she said, adding that she often had to force him to take breaks. Mojinon had earlier explained that prior to making a product, they must first search for and gather as many can cap as possible. Then, they have to manually separate the caps from the cans, clean them and smooth them out to remove sharp edges. This is done manually using their fingers, which often results in cuts from the sharp edges. We cannot allow our customers to get injured by our products, so we must make sure that the components are properly checked before we even make anything, he said. For now, although the market for upcycled items is still new and small in Sabah, the couple have confidence that, in due course, things will change for the better. They intend to market their products through social media platforms such as Facebook Live to learn ideas, noting that acceptance for such products is much higher outside of Sabah. To conclude, mention must be made again about a married couple who has gotten success of transforming aluminium cans into beautiful household item. Believe me, such a feat must be duly recognized as it helped Malaysia to be less polluted with recycled cans. True or not? To recap in nutshell, be reminded the feat of two individuals creating valuables accessories with discarded aluminum cans as a successful business ventures. This endeavor of converting discarded cans into useful household items was adapted up by the couple when they visited the Philippines. It is worthy to note again, although such materials were difficult to obtain, yet their success continued to thrive on the unstable supply of such cans. After reading such a feat by the married couple, We must ask ourselves, how can we do our part to reduce pollutions in Malaysia? My humble advice is for us to look around and discover what things we can do to with discarded things around us. Would you just do that? To wrap up this newsletter, allow me to present you a beautiful quote by Linda McMahon. She is an American political executive, former professional wrestling executive, and performer. She says, "Small business people are people with goals and values that can't be calculated on a profit and loss statement." End of newsletter. Source: extracted and modified from Printed Open Media. P.S. Come to think of it, we know if it is a lengthy SMEs newsletter, yet we want to congratulate you for watching and reading this bulletin completely. Needless to say, since you have fully read this news, therefore, you now deserve more forthcoming weekly free bonus of chapters of the book How to Handle All Kind of Sales Objection. Additionally, we are eager to know which part of this sales and marketing SMEs newsletter you learned most. Your feedbacks are critical so that we can help each other grow effectively. Lest you forget, these sharing will continue in YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course in our author, trainer, and consultant's email, josephsfn@gmail.com, upon request. Alright, thank you. We hope to meet you next week. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, yours truly, Madam Sophia, the virtual presenter to CTM Joseph. August 21, 2022.